It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name's Jim. This is More Sunshine, Please, the Tuesday evening live stream. I do this every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern. That sounds weird to me. Coming up on the show, we'll play our game. We're going to drink some coffee. I've got a top 15 list. But before we do any of that, now's the time I want to celebrate the first 3 people that made their way into the chat and stayed the first 3 people that made their way into the chat. So we'll do that right now. And we're going to give out some phony Olympic medals to them. My camera's in the way of my monitor, so I've got to do this. I'm working on it. Congratulations to It's Joey's World with the gold. Paul Eichenlaub with the silver. And It's Joey's World also has the bronze. No, let's give it to Arjon's. When was this? This was at 5:23 a.m. This was at 5:24 a.m. So was this. Oh. And then 6:45. And then the bronze wasn't until lunchtime, 12:11. How about that? Mr. Fulton Mraz, happy birthday.
USA! 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 USA!
You know, with the Olympic music and the USA chant, that reminds me, the Winter Olympics are coming up in February. In Italy, I think. Anyway, I've mentioned this before on the show. The last time our family watched the Olympics, it was we subscribed to Peacock for the month, and it was the best Olympic viewing experience ever. We're looking forward to doing that again because they show everything. And you can choose what you want. If you are not into figure skating, and that's 70% of what they show on NBC, well then, Peacock is your destination for everything else. So for the Summer Olympics, it was fun. It was fun to watch the Olympics that way. So looking forward to doing that again. Happy birthday. Okay, let's... Rob Fuzz was here at 4:22. Indeed. Jamie shortly after. Hello. Let's get closer to showtime. Let's see. Here we go. Rob Fuzz at 6:05. So Mar, shortly, about 10 minutes before showtime. Mar in Memphis hello to you. Hope you're well. Thank you for being here. Debbie Thunert, shortly after. Welcome in. T-Town Mary Ellen, hello to you. Mary Ellen has a wonderful live stream of her own 24 hours from right now. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's always fun. She has trivia and games, and she does a great job. Connie Rathbun, welcome in. Hello to you. Tim, thanks for hanging out with us. Michelle the Quilter, hello to you. Am I starting to yell? Sorry. Season's greetings, Donna Jaworski. Thanks for hanging out with us. Paul Eichenlaub's back. Hello, Paul. And Michelle the Quilter, I think I said that. Okay. Everybody saying hi. Going there, Mar, Debbie. Sherry, welcome in, the first, but not the only ones of the PTV crew that are here right now. And there's Ben as well. Hello, Ben and Sherry. Thanks for being here. And am I caught up? No, still going. Gloria, happy Tuesday to you. I hope everybody's staying warm. More on that in a second. I think I am done. Welcome in, everybody. Here, I'm wearing a hoodie, so, temperatures have dipped down to the frigid 50s. It's 58 degrees right now here in Tampa, Florida. And I was FaceTiming with my parents yesterday, and we were talking about the weather, and they're in Michigan. And I'll just say, my mom sent me this morning. This was the temperature at about 8 a.m. this morning. That says 3 degrees. I am so sorry. I'm not taking my hoodie off. 57 in Texas. More on Texas later. I will mention Texas as part of my top 15 list. Yeah, hashtag frigid 50s. I know. Can I just say, it seems silly to even hint at complaining about the cold temperatures here. Donna says it's 53 in Central Florida. This was before COVID, but I met up with Dean, our favorite Dean from The Live Place. Met up with him at Hollywood Studios, and we were going to ride. What did we do? Oh, the Star Wars ride there that had just opened. Not Smuggler's Run, the other one. I can't even think of the name of it right now. Anyway, so it was Dean, his brother Bob, and Bob's son were there, and the four of us, we got the pass that you needed at the time, the virtual pass. Anyway, those guys are from Rise of the Resistance. Thank you, Mary Ellen. It's been a while since I've been on it. Dean and his brother, they're from Minnesota. Now, I think I was wearing this hoodie at that time, and I don't remember what month it was. It may have been January or February or something like that. And it was chilly. The wind was whipping, but it was, I think I wore shorts and a hoodie. And I remember Dean from Minnesota, Dean, talking about how cold he was. I mean, it's different. It's just different. Is it below freezing? No. Is it cold? Yes. Dean told me it was. Anyway, it's in the 50s here. It's the humidity. That's right. Whoops, it jumped. Yes. I've heard that. I don't know if it's true, but yeah, I've heard that. Simba 2, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us. All right. Paul says -9. Ugh. Why do I even talk about the weather? 56 in Davenport. What am I? 2? Was that the temperature, or was that short for TOO? I don't know. Let's say it was the temperature. 2 degrees. What? Man. But the whole eastern half of the United States is in a cold snap, to put it mildly. Which is to say, it's not mild at all. It's very, very cold. Anyway, not to make you feel bad or anything, or to rub it in, but it's supposed to warm up a tiny bit every day this week for us. And then I think next Monday, back to the frigid 50s. Hashtag frigid 50s. We'll see. I don't know. That's Apple weather. It's never that accurate. But, all right. Memphis is 41 this minute. But the cold is coming. Well, in my view, the cold is there. But I know what you mean. Yes. 57 in Oakland, but feels like 52. Not bad. That's pretty much what it is here. It is now 50, well, still 58 here, according to my watch. You know what warms me up, though? When it's cold. Sorry, I moved my camera and now it's in the way of my monitor. But I did that because I didn't want the reflection here. I could see that monitor here, so I moved things. And now I've got to do something. I got to make more moves. But I'm limited on space. Anyway, that's behind the scenes there that nobody asked for. What was I saying? Oh, you know what warms me up?
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
If you saw the thumbnail I made for this live stream, you may know that today is, and I didn't know this was a thing until yesterday, National Coffee Break Day. Somebody created that. And this is what we're talking about. January 20th. I'll be honest. I go to, there's a website, maybe you're familiar, nationaltoday.com. And every day of the year, they list what celebrations are happening or what events are happening on that day. And you can see every day of the year. So I look to see if there's anything fun. And sure enough, National Coffee Break Day, not National Coffee Day, but National Coffee Break Day. As you can see on the bullet points I did not make to the left of the coffee, it says this celebrates the importance of a coffee break during work hours. Now, on National Today, you can click on whatever celebration you're interested in, and it'll tell you all about it, about the creation of it, where it originated, who originated it, and so on and so forth. I didn't even read that. I read a little bit. I started to read it, and then I got sidetracked. But that first bullet point celebrates the importance of a coffee break during work hours. And by the way, the term coffee break was coined in the 1950s by who? I don't know. But I did give you the website where you can maybe find out. I don't. Anyway, the coffee break as a little respite during the work day, that's what this day is celebrating. That rest, that unplugging for a few minutes can be very important to your mental health, to your productivity at work. Is any of that true? I don't know, but if it gets me a coffee break, I'm all for it and wholeheartedly agree. But so National Coffee Break Day is a celebration and a reminder, and I think I said celebration already, but I have no other words. And I'm lost. I've lost everything I was talking about. That final bullet point I'm looking at, though, it says, and that's just a fun fact and has nothing to do with coffee breaks per se, but it says Brazil has the highest coffee production in the world. Huh. So I am drinking coffee right now. I'm taking a break. Not really. I'm doing a one-man show here, sort of right in the middle of it. But, and I'm drinking it in the More Sunshine Please coffee mug, the one-of-a-kind coffee mug. Coffee tastes 38% better in it. I wish you could experience that too. Anywho, today's coffee of choice is Dunkin', the original blend. Now, for years, we had a Keurig coffee maker, and my overriding memory and experience with Dunkin' coffee was through the K-Cup. And I found Dunkin' coffee, though many people love it, I found it to be too acidic. I didn't love it. Well, about a year ago or so, whatever, we have a drip coffee maker now. And Dunkin', not too long ago, was BOGO at Publix. So I got a bag of original blend. Also got a bag of their Colombian coffee, which we enjoyed about a month ago or so. So today, the Dunkin' Original Blend is what we're rocking here. And I got to tell you, I like it better in the... We bought a bag of the ground coffee. We don't grind it here. But I'm thinking about starting to do that. Anyway, the Dunkin' coffee in the bag for the drip coffee maker is better. It's smoother. It is... It should go without saying that that is better than the K-Cup version of the same coffee. It is, and I'm here to tell you I still have a Keurig at work. I took the one from home, and when we got the drip coffee maker, I took that Keurig to work. So I still have K-Cup coffee every day, but I usually go New England Coffee Company coffee. Is that what it's called? Anyway, they have their pods have less plastic in it. I like that. But occasionally I'll get like the Aldi coffee has all that plastic in there, but the price is right and it's good coffee. And the pumpkin spice coffee was great this year. Where was I going with that? Anyway, I will not be getting Dunkin' K-Cups anymore. But I will be getting Dunkin', especially if it's BOGO. Probably only if it's BOGO. But yeah, it's was wonderful. Is wonderful. Okay. Let's take our first intermission. When we come back, we'll play our game Chrono Photo. Now's the time to go to the restroom. Perhaps visit the concession counter and get some coffee.
Yes, there's an air about hot coffee that's hard to resist. Full-bodied, refreshing hot coffee makes any time a pleasant interlude. Won't you have some now?
Hello, Keith, BDF. Welcome in. And if I've missed you in the chat because I've just been flapping my gums the whole time and ignoring the chat. I'm so sorry. Welcome in, everybody. And I'm just going back a little bit here. I don't want to go back too far. Okay. It's time to play Chrono Photo. Okay, Chrono Photo, if you're unfamiliar, is the game we play on this show darn near every week. We'll be shown 5 pictures. We have to guess in which year each picture was taken. The closer we are to the correct answer, the more points we get. If we do get a correct answer, they give us 1,000 points for that. So a perfect score would be 5,000 points. We've done it before. We're looking to do it again. 2 weeks ago, we did really well, 4,700 points or so. Last week, took a little dip there, but it's still always fun to play. Let's see the pictures. Please put your guesses in the chat. We can guess anywhere from the year 1900 to the year 2024. Let's see what our first picture is. Well, I've already seen it. And here it is. I will zoom in and help us out. And I did refresh my screen until I got a color photograph. I'll be honest. I needed one. Needed one to start. Coffee. Okay. Now I saw this pop up and I stopped refreshing my screen. And while I don't want to get political, I thought, you know what? I've got to stop here because I think I know the answer immediately. So if we zoom in, we can tell, and we'll stay zoomed out. I'm sorry to do that. This looks to be the inauguration day of Bill Clinton because I recognize him. There he is. And he's walking the parade path or whatever, ready to take his seat to watch the rest of the procession or whatever. I don't know what goes on. Anyway, those of you that know may remember that he had 2 inauguration days. So he ran for office for the presidency in 92 and then again in 96. So he was inaugurated in 93 and then again in 97. So it's one of those years, either 93 or 97. And my guess, because I'm looking at the first daughter, Chelsea Clinton there, and if memory serves, when he first took office, Chelsea was quite young. And she looks a little bit older than I remember in this picture. So that leads me to believe that this was the second inauguration day for Bill Clinton, and this is 1997. But I'm going to now turn to the chat and look to see what you have put in there. Who has our first guess? Let's see. Mark Langenkamp, did I welcome you in? Hello to you. Welcome in. You have our first guess, 1997. That's what I said. Mark says, I may have been there. Ooh. Cool. Tennessee Bear, 1997. Keith, yes, that's what I was thinking as well. Sherry says 97. Yeah, Chelsea, I'm a high school teacher, so I see high school kids every day. She looks like she might be out of high school there. Or maybe a senior. I don't know. But yeah, she and then now that she's a woman in her 40s, can I just say that she's had what the kids say is a glow up. Yes. I don't know what she does now. I'm assuming she has a podcast. All right, getting back to the guesses. Debbie says 97, 97, 97, 93, 97. I think we're all... Yeah. A glow up, yes. As a matter of fact, one of the superlatives in our yearbook is, you have most likely to succeed and best athlete and best dressed. And last year there was best glow up. And then we would show a kid from before, a picture of the kid as a senior graduating and a picture of him before high school. And like he was, generally, I'm just making this up, but the like captain of football team, but his picture in the 8th grade was him as a 90-pound weakling. Do you know what I mean? Something like that. A glow up. All right, so we're gonna. Oh, can we guess? Oh, they've added 2025 to when we can guess now. That's exciting, but we don't need to go that far. We're going 1997, and I'm going to hit this submit button, and then the correct answer sound. Yes, there it is. All right, next picture. More color, and I like it. This appears to be NASCAR, of which I know little. But perhaps some of you are more familiar and can help us out. I shall be zooming in. Well, there's number 2 leading the pack, driving a Mustang. And there's number 23 right on his heels, followed by 14, 12, and 18. Ooh, the M&M car. That's fun. 10, I don't know. Are there names on the cars? Menards, number 12. I just see sponsors. I don't see. Anyway, what I don't see are any cars that I am familiar with. Like, for example, the most popular of cars ever, Jeff Gordon's car. I think I could recognize that. Was it number 8? I don't recall. Dale Earnhardt's car, R.I.P. Maybe that's all I know. Anyway, oh, somebody's sparking. Look at that. You're going to burn the Big Mac there. All right. A Camry? Is that what that says? What kind of race is this? This is not. Is this NASCAR? Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I don't know what I'm talking about. There is quite a big crowd, though. And I can't make out the markings on the field. There's paint there. How are people dressed? Is it... I see long sleeves. And it appears to be at night. Maybe? Like, I don't see the sun reflected anywhere. Are there NASCAR races at night? Wait, what did I see up here? Monitor. Okay, I'm just going to zoom out here. I've done enough talking about things I do not know. All right. Oh, Jeff Gordon was 24. Thanks. That makes sense. Or that's somewhat familiar. Well, who is 8? It doesn't matter. I won't. It is NASCAR. Oh, thanks for putting the definition of glow up in there. That's probably better than I can do. Thank you. Arnie and Doug, hello to you. Okay. Oh, I didn't give a guess. Let's say this is from 5 years ago. I have no idea. No. I'll say, because it's a thing on Instagram or whatever, 2016. You know what I'm talking about? Instagram, people are celebrating 2016 by reflecting on 10 years ago, 2016. I'll say this is 2016, and that's the only reason why. I have not done anything about 2016. I don't really understand what I'm talking about. It is NASCAR. I don't see any guesses yet. Oh. Keith says, oh, no. He's pondering. Late 90s looks like. Jonathan Chong, thanks for that and welcome in. 2022? Okay. NASCAR runs Toyotas now? I don't know any of this. 2023? 2022? 2015? 2016? Nick and Virginia, welcome in. And thank you for your guess. 2019. Tennessee Bear says 2014. And that's kind of close, just by happenstance of what I said. I'm going to go 2014. 2014. Survey says, ooh, 2022. That's so much later than I thought. Who said that? 2022. Jonathan Chong said 21. Donna, 2022. I will be watching you next time. Okay. We earned 453 points. That was a tough one, everybody. 1,453 altogether. Let's go to picture number 3. And this is more like it. This is a place with streetcars. A Ring doorbell just went off. I did change the zones in which the motion affects it. Could just be a car driving by. Okay, let's see. This is car 1253. Now, San Francisco is famous for their streetcars, and they're also famous for their Chinatown. And I see the name Wong on a building back there. Is this San Francisco? 9th Street in San Francisco? I'm just guessing. I don't really know. Does that say theater? Oh, it is. It does, rather. It's theater with the R before the E at the end. That's fancy. Oh, I do see the word California. Oh, was I on the right track? No matter. It still doesn't tell me what year this was. But there are automobiles. And this could be the 40s or the 50s. I'm guessing maybe 50s, because if this were the 40s, every man would be wearing a short-sleeved button shirt. And this looks like a pullover here. And I'm being general and silly, of course. I think we have more cars over here, maybe. Yes, we do. Although, maybe like 1950, if I were to split the difference between the 40s and the 50s. And really, me not knowing what I'm talking about, 1950 is I hope, a good guess. Oh, can I just say, that building looks like it says Herbs on there. And I know earlier in the live stream I said Texas would be part of my top 15 list later. And so is the word herb or herb. Both, actually. There's a sign for snooker, but all right, I'm going to it'd be awesome if we could see the license plate better, but we can't. Challenges, comparison. Can't quite make that out. Anywho, let me zoom out and turn to the chat. Oh. 2016? Nope, I went too far back. Where's our first guess? Oh, I think Jason has our first guess. 1946. We have a 52, 53. All right, I'm right around there. Sherry says 1950. And she thinks it's Los Angeles. Oh. Curious. I'm looking. Well, I wouldn't know what I'm looking at. Arnie and or Doug says 1949. How about that? So from 46 to 53 are our guests. No. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm seeing a bunch of guesses I didn't see earlier. What happened? 47, 54, 50, 40, 46, 48, 52. Donna said 48. And she is En Fuego. 52, 33, 51, 47, 57, 46, 52, 53, 50, 49, 50. Noah, welcome in. 45. Wow, I've got a lot to choose from. 1948. Let's say that. Survey says. Ooh, what was it? 1950. Michelle the Quilter, I see you. Sherry, got it right. Yep. I see it now. Well done. Well played. 48 was pretty good. 849 more points. 2302. Next picture. Okay. We have something to work with here. There's a marquee in this picture showing an X-rated movie. I'm guessing this is by the... What are those instruments? They're not bongos. And are these Hare Krishnas? Is that what you even call them? The only reason I remember that this was a thing is from the movie Airplane. At the beginning of the movie Airplane, when Robert Stack's character is trying to get to the tower, he's walking through the airport and he's being accosted by a bunch of charities and they're starting to be a bother to him, and they get so many, if you remember, that he starts punching them and knocking them down, and he's going through them like a gauntlet. And I think the Hare Krishnas were one of them. And then in Airplane 2, were they not on the plane themselves? And I think the actor David Leisure was one of them. I don't remember now. Not really. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sherry. Okay. As far as the movie on the marquee, I'm going to play dumb. I am dumb, but I don't know that movie. But I suppose if somebody were to IMDb sweet cakes, we might have a better idea. It's in its 8th smash week. Anyway, I'm not going to zoom in. I believe Sherry has our first guess, 76. We have a 67, 74, 77, another 76, a third 76, a fourth 75th. 5 1976s. We have a 73, 75, another 1976, and I'm not going to ask how you guys know, but I'm going to put in 1976 here. And I'm guessing Hari Krishna was big on the bicentennial. I don't know. Survey says it was 1976. Well done. That great 1,000-point answer got us to 3,300 points. We can get over 4,000 with our final picture and a great guess. And it is Big Thunder Mountain. The very first ride photo. I think that's what we're looking at. Or not. This appears to be a group shot of miners all cosplaying as Wyatt Earp. You know, quite often when I'm on a roller coaster, I'd ask for the front seat, either because I want to see an unobstructed view of the track I'm going on, or if I was afraid, the front seat would go down the steepest hill the slowest. Because depending on the length of the roller coaster cars, that first seat is halfway down the steep hill before the entire train is over and it reaches top speed. But I would also sit in the back seat too, because I like to mix it up. Anyway, this is not a roller coaster. They are ready to descend into a mine of some sort, it appears to me. And the older gentleman on the left, I assume, is the one that's going to pull the lever and release the car, and it's just going to careen down the mine rail to the depths of the coal mine or whatever this is. Salt mine, maybe? Cobalt? I don't know. I'm going to guess it's coal. All right. Man, some of those mustaches come to a point like they're in the Wild West, and a reminder: the earliest we can guess is the year 1900. So I'm guessing it's right around 1900. That guy looks nervous. He's turning toward the side of the car as if he's having second thoughts. I don't want to. There's a giant light on the back. All right. I turn to the chat now. Let's see. Miners, not miners. Indeed, Keith. Indeed. I want to say 1979, but looks older years, so maybe 1905. That's quite the difference, Noah. Okay. 35. We have a 1934. 1940. You guys are thinking this is a bit later than I did. 21. 05. Another 05. What did I say? I said around 1900. Just based on the mustache. 1942. Jalen Botcher, welcome in. Another 1905. We've got a 1915, 1910. How about that? Well, Donna was right earlier. Sherry was correct most recently. They both said 1905. Oh boy, beans for dinner. Let's go 1905. And then hit this submit button and then celebrate our correct answer. Yes! Great job, ladies. 4,302 points. That's what we finished with. How about that? Well done. I always have fun playing this game. Thank you for joining me and doing that. It is now time for our second intermission. And I do not have a coming attraction involving coffee. But I did have one involving cold weather. It's actually not cold weather. That's not what the cold in the title of this movie means. But I'll see you in 66 seconds.
The book the world could not lay down now stands with the great motion pictures of all time. John le Carré's magnificent best-selling novel, The Spy Who Came In From the Cold.
What the hell do you think spies are? How big does a cause have to be before you kill your friends?
The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, the real, no-holds-barred inside story of espionage. From one side of the Iron Curtain to the other. Of Lemus, the spy, who's been there and back. The man who has seen the dirt as well as the dazzle. The suspense and the excitement, sheer, naked, unforgettable.
Welcome back. It is 7:48 in the Eastern Time Zone. Time for our top 15 list. And I got the idea for this list from a TikTok. And it wasn't a particularly good, actually, it was fine. There is a linguist that, for some reason, is in my algorithm. Anyway, he started talking about words that were pronounced differently when they're used as a proper noun, when they're capitalized. And he came up with 3 and asked people in his chat to come up with more. And there's not a name for this type of word. He had mentioned capitonym. But that's not what this is. That's not what we're talking about. Well, here's what we're talking about. These are words that when they're pronounced one way, but when you capitalize them and use them as a proper noun, they are pronounced differently. And let's just get into it here. And this is the word that started the video that I saw. And this is the word polish. But if you were to capitalize it, it now becomes the word Polish. And not only is it different, totally different meaning, it is said differently. Polish and Polish. So that was the idea of this video. And now the idea of my top 15 list. And I'll say this, most of these, a great deal of them, have to do with location, a location. For example, number 14 on the list, the word reading. If you were to capitalize this, it then becomes Reading, of which there are many cities. I think most famously in the UK, in England, there's a Reading. Is there not? And then Pennsylvania, there's a Reading, Pennsylvania. And then there's the Reading Railroad, hosted by LeVar Burton. I'm not sure if I'm right about that. Number 13 on the list is this one. I had mentioned this. We saw this. I saw it in one of the pictures from Chronophoto. This is a bit different. It's either herb or herb, right? Let's say that it's herb, the way they pronounce this in the UK. If you were to capitalize this, it then becomes a name. It's a dude's name, and it's Herb. So you then say the H. Now, we do say the H in this version here in this country most commonly. Or do I have that mixed up? Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Herb, herb, and herb. Okay. Moving on. Yes, Reading, Pennsylvania. I've never been. Number 12, Nice. If you were to capitalize it, it now becomes a city in France, but it's pronounced Nice. And I don't know much about that, but just another example of the guy in the video, the linguist. He coined the term of what these words could be, and he called them capitophones. That's not official. That's not in the dictionary. That's just what he called them because he didn't know of a term for words like these. When you capitalize these words, they're pronounced differently. Number 11 is Job. If you were to capitalize it, it is now a book in the Bible or a character on Arrested Development. Job, pronounced differently. We're now in the top 10. Number 10, mobile or mobile, if you capitalize it. Mobile, Alabama. That's the only Buc-ee's I've ever been to was the one in Mobile, Alabama, right? Oh, now I'm second guessing everything I'm saying. Yeah. I think I'm right about that. France is nice. Number 9. Basil. But if you were to capitalize it, it's a dude's name, and it's now Basil. Not commonly in this country, but who's a famous Basil? Basil Rathbone. Sherlock Holmes, right? Never saw one of those movies. Number 8. And this one is specific to Michigan, where I'm from. But the word saline, once it's capitalized and it is now a proper noun, it becomes the town of Saline, Michigan. Saline. And maybe there are other Salines out there. But saline, pronounced differently. Number 7. Here's one. Scone, which you may know as the sweet treat in a dessert case that would be the last thing you choose. Or if you were to capitalize this, that's not fair. Because I gained a deeper appreciation for scones. No, that's not true. I'm thinking of biscotti. Scones still are not my favorite. Anyway, if you were to capitalize this word, it now becomes a city in Scotland. And it is pronounced Scone. And I didn't know of this, but somebody in the comments of the TikTok video I was talking about put that in there. And I looked it up, and it's true. So Scone, Scotland, or scone. Or I suppose you could buy a scone in Scone. Let's not get too cute, Jim. Number 6, rodeo. Or rodeo, as in Rodeo Drive. That's the only rodeo I know. And imagine if there was a rodeo. Never mind. Number 5, lima, as in lima bean. That's how you say it, with the long I sound. If you were to capitalize this, it now becomes a city, and there are a few. Lima, Peru. It is no longer Lima. It is now Lima. I believe there is also a Lima in Ohio, I think. And Peru. Next. August, which means, I mean, we know August as the month of August, but when it's not capitalized, it's August, which I wrote it down because I don't often use that word. But it means something like majestic or inspiring admiration. But I've never used it that way. But after having read the definition, I got it. I go, oh, I've heard that before. So August and August. Number 3. All right, this is one I originally had the word chili, chili, like the stew like spicy dish, chili con carne. You know what I'm talking about. And then I had heard that there was a town in New York spelled the same way, but I never confirmed it. And then the town in New York was pronounced Chile, and I couldn't confirm that. So that might be accurate, it might not be. But this is. So did I not write this down? But this word, yes. It's strange, and I couldn't believe this is actually in the dictionary. First, you know this as the country of Chile in South America. But when it's not capitalized, it's chile, which means it's in the southern United States, it's a shortened version of the word you would use for children. And I'm not going to use a southern accent, but I will just say that when I went to dictionary.com, and you can click on the little speaker icon next to the word to see how it's pronounced. The voice, it did use a southern accent, and it elongated the word. Like, I'll say it, child, like. I didn't know that was anyway. There it is. Number 2. Hurricane. And apparently, and we know what a hurricane is. Apparently, there's a city in Utah with the same spelling, with a capital H, and it is pronounced Hurricane. Hurricane, Utah. And I went to YouTube, and people have made videos about Hurricane, Utah, and what a wonderful and august place it is to live. See what I did there? Hurricane, Utah, or hurricane, or I wonder. Nope, not going to do it. Number 1 on the list, and I had to switch this up because I was going to put the word Rainier in here, like Mount Rainier, and then the word that's not capitalized would be rainier. It's rainier here than it is there. But rainier is not a word. You would say more rainy instead. Same thing with Tangier. There's no such word as tangier. Oh, this chicken wing is tangier than this one. It would be more tangy. So I had to, right before I went live here, I had to think of one. And I cheated a little bit because it's not necessarily an English word we're talking about here. This is amarillo, which is Spanish for yellow. But if you were to capitalize it, it now becomes a city in Texas. I told you Texas was in my top 15 list. So Amarillo, Texas, or Amarillo. And that is my top 15 list. of words that are pronounced differently when capitalized. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I hope you learned something. Hope you had some fun. I hope you're taking a coffee break today because it is National Coffee Break Day. Can we just see that one more time here? That's what we're talking about. And I'm ahead of the game. Well, it's 8 o'clock at night. I don't know if I'm ahead of the game. I'm on the game. I'm on whatever. All right. I will see you around YouTube, everybody. Have a good night. See you next week.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.